Hi, it's Faiza again, and welcome to another episode of Campus 2 Careers. Today, I'm here with Archana, and Archana is Monash University student studying Masters.
Hello all. This is Archana. As Faiza mentioned, I'm studying at Masters in Data Science at Monash University. I just migrated to Australia as an international student 6 months ago. So currently, I'm in my second semester exploring my academics as well as industries on data science, how they are exploring things up. So I'm currently doing my internship at Cultural Infusion, which is much more interesting and adding a spice on my academic studies as well. So I'm doing as a data science intern at this is about me.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much, Archana. Lovely to have you. And amazing cafe. We are at Son of Tucci, which is in Mount Waverley, and it is closer to the Monash campus as well, isn't it? Correct. And beautiful coffee, so highly recommended. So if I'm going to ask you a series of questions. So if you were to rate your university experience with a coffee order, staying in Melbourne now that you've been here for about 7 months, what would it be?
So exactly, it's like a shot of espresso. The academics in Australia very intense, or it's very mind boggling as I never expected before. But once you come into Australia and get into the international the academics, so it gets very intense, and it's all worth it. At last you will land a good job, you will get to know about the industries, how they are exploring things up, and at last you will get a good work life balance. It's all worth about it. So this is about the academics which I added.
So it's intense and a shot of espresso. Yeah. Thank you. So I want to ask you questions around what was your first thought when you had your first interview? So now you're doing an internship, but full-time role that you have done in the past.
So, regarding my first interview experience in Australia, I would say all about it. I was doing only the internship, so I'm not doing any part time roles on the staffs. So, the internship interview was a very casual interview. So, this one is I got a referral from one networking event. So, this internship offer, I got a referral from it was very basic, but still they tested my ability to learn how far and how much I can learn fast and get the things solved. So it was very casual though, but the experience which you carried before or even the academic experiences will count. So it was very casual, and then at last they even tested my technical ability where they gave a tasks, and then I was whether they just tested I was able to perform and learn new stuffs during that time. So this is how my centric thing.
So that's very interesting that based on also your profession being a data scientist or in that field, it was more technical than anything. And so you found it not challenging, but you were able to answer all the questions.
Yes, exactly. Since it is an intern role, not only not since it is an intern role, it was a very basic thing, but still they will test your ability in learning new stuffs. And also one of my experience, or not my very own experience, but the thing is what I get to know in other networking events or devices, even the graduate roles, they are just expecting the very basic skills, but still you need to have it refined, and you need to have the ability of how far you will learn new things, basically the fast learning ability to do it. So
Yeah.
that's the thing.
So we're just focusing on the interview experience though. So for you, it was not challenging. You were able to answer the questions based on your networking and industry exposure. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you. And in terms of the most funniest or unexpected reality shock that you have had so far in Australia, what would it be?
Yeah. So I'm basically from before coming to Australia, we were in Qatar. I was in Qatar, I was working there, and then Qatar. So I was working over there, and even after 5 p.m., I used to work. There is no, but here when I come here, so after 5 p.m., your very own time, you can dedicate this time for yourself, your well-being, your physical and mental health wellness and all those stuff. So this is what it's not funniest though, but I found it because I was quite into Qatar's zone. But once I come here, it was even a shock or a surprise. You could take it in any way. So this is something which we like it, and we are getting to used to it. So that is the thing.
So you're talking about work-life balance, basically, and that was the bigger reality shock for you. So it's 9 to 5. When it hits 5, it's me time. That's the best thing, hey. So academics and career insights. So I'd like to ask you, how different was it studying here as compared to back home? So obviously your experience in Monash.
So I did my bachelor's back in India. So it was full of theoretical, I would say, or even the assignments or things are very. It would be very much theoretical or the book based or the question based. But once I came here, it was very much, even there would be many assignments you need to submit, but it would be full of practical things. So it would be full of new business cases or new use cases. How would actually the industry would handle it? So this is what I mostly liked it in Australia. So it was full of everyday learning. Of course, it's all worth it. So it's full of a practical way of learning. So it would be very easier for you once you hit the industry. So you can get along and work easier than before. So this is the only shift I can see when I come to Australia.
And thank you for sharing that. And I hear it a lot. So this is practical skill experience and learning as opposed to being a bookworm. So that's very common and good to hear it's resonating throughout my audience. Now, in terms of the most fun thing about university life, whether something that you've experienced or even if you want to sum it up, what would it be?
So, most the funniest thing about academic in Australia is there will be more networking events or very night events where you can actually make friends and very good friends as well. Back in India, I haven't experienced that kind of environment where it would be full of colleges or most of the universities would be like book centric and all the stuffs. But here, when you study and when you like time to enjoy, you will get to enjoy most of the stuff. So there will be more leisure activities or the board games. The most funniest thing I would do is when any uni clubs or the association organize any of the board game events, you can go it and can refresh your mind out of, you can pause your academic for some time and you can refresh your minds and then get back with a full energy. So that is one of the most funniest things I found it here.
So all the university activities, right through from networking through to board games. Oh, fantastic. Excellent. All right. Now, if you could change one thing about how international students are supported, and that could be any, what would it be?
There are many lots of support. I don't think there is much needed to change, or even the universities are providing most of the support. So you can really gain it. I would say it's up to the students. You need to go and gain most out of it, make use most out of it. So that's the thing. Even from so uh, let it be even when you are my university offers many of the scholarship schemes when an international students are actually suffering from any financial struggles or not, or even from the accommodation things, or even they also provide a very good counseling when you once you landed into Australia, and if you find any homesick or any something, like they used to provide a very good counseling sessions and all those stuff. So there are a lot of supports you do have. It's the only one thing I would say to the international students is make most use out of it. So you're not alone. Everyone are there to support them. So that's the only thing I would say to them.
So basically, you're saying the support is out there. You need to look for it or aspire it. There is support right through from academics through to finding accommodation, or absolutely. And I can vouch for it too. Being an international student myself, universities do a lot, and I think it's just up to getting through the right channels and getting that support right. But thank you for that message. And that's to the next question. So, what's one skill you've learned in Australia that will help you throughout your career, or something that you have gained you want to talk about?
The one of the most important skill that you need is the communication, and then I would say is the networking skill you need to gain. So these were the two most important skill I would say that you need to gain to land any, not only for the landing a job, it's really needed to get along with the people over in Australia. So networking skills are very important. Networking skills are very much important, not only for landing a job, but to get along with the people. Also, people are very friendly. You can make friends. So, very good, really a very good friend. So, that's the only thing I can say.
No, thank you for that. Please make sure you have your coffee as well. That's all good. So, some questions around SWOT analysis, or your strengths, weakness, opportunities, threats. So, in terms of your biggest strength you've discovered while studying in Australia, what it would be?
My biggest strength. So, I used to be an introvert girl back in India or in Qatar. These networking things are not my cup of tea. But once I landed in Australia, I started to explore it. So I just found that this could be one of my strengths, which I haven't explored it before. But now I'm just like going to people, speaking out to them, and coming out of the comfort zone, which is actually I explore that is one of my strengths lately.
I can vouch for that too, Archana, because Archana reached out to me, and this is the first time we are meeting. And so, kudos to you for bringing up that strength of yours and converting, I wouldn't say a weakness, but converting a behavior into strength. So, that's amazing. Thank you for that. And well, how about asking the questions? What's one challenge or weakness that you find that you have overcome while studying in Australia as well? And
Though networking is my, I found it as a strength lately, but still I need to improve my communication skills. The way we convey things, so I still find it difficult for me. So I think I need to. It's still a challenge. So I'm just trying to improve that lately.
so communication skills, definitely. And that's a big, I wouldn't say weakness, but it's a challenge that you need to, and especially when you are in a different zone, working environment, academically, you are learning different things. So I can totally vouch for that too, communication skills. And it's work in progress, hey, every day. That's it. Now, what opportunities do you see for international students in Australia?
There are a lots of opportunities. There are heaps of opportunities. Only way is to explore it. Go and explore as much as possible. It's not only like Australia is a land of diversity. And also one thing which makes me a surprise over here is Australia, the land, it provides you the opportunity not only under your own field of expertise. You can get your hands dirty in every field you feel passionate about. So there are many opportunities. It's not like you are an, even if you are an amateur to any of the field of expertise, you can still go learn it, you can explore it and get your hands dirty on it. So they pave the way, they provide you that opportunities to explore things in a different way. So lately you can just figure out which works for you. So it's not only under your field of expertise, but in many fields you can try and get explored. So in that way, I would say there are heaps of opportunities you can come and explore. So that's the thing.
Yeah. Thank you for that. And I can certainly, again, totally agree with you. You create your own opportunities. Again, through my own example, every day is a new day, and you sort of start a new venture or talk to new people or create new channels. So that's so important. Now, in terms of threats or challenges, what do you feel or you've seen so far that international students need to be prepared for? and what you can say from your experience.
I would say it's not a threat, but a kind of reality check. So you might have figured out something you could get a job easily once you come to Australia, and if you learn and then you will land a job. So it may be, but it's a long way to go. So you need to explore things, come up, you network with people, go on and every event. Still, it's not about only completing your degree. It's more than about landing a job over there. So it was like it was not a threat for me, but once I landed to Australia, so it was like a reality that hit me. So you want to go beyond it to land a job. So I would say the opportunities are vast, but one thing which I found in due course is it's most of the opportunities are hidden. So you need to make your own way to find it. So that's the only thing.
Thank you for that, Archana. Thank you so much. Do you want to move on a little bit further? As in, I think we cover that plan. Sounds good. All right, so final round. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
So my aim of my next 5 year goal is to land into a data scientist role and to explore that role further. That is my only career goal for the next 5 years.
So you want to be a data scientist? Fantastic. We need a lot more of them. It's all about data and AI and tech these days. Hey, what advice would you give to students who are coming to Australia?
One advice is just roll your sleeves up and come and explore the things. It's really worth it. So that's the only thing I can say. So if you have decided to come, so just do it. Go forward and do it. So if not now, then you would not do it ever again. So
So you
come
say
prepared. Yeah.
come mentally prepared. That's it. And if you could send one message to Australian employers or recruiters, what would you say that message be?
One message to the recruiters, even as for a fresher or for the graduate roles, I know most of the companies or the industries are really embracing that, but still when you come across any job descriptions or for job advertisements in any of the LinkedIn websites and all, still even for the entry level or the graduate roles, still they expect some 2 or 3 years of experience in doing that. So sometimes that hits me. Of course entry level or the graduate people would not have that, but still it's still been a gray area. Not sure why they are having it, but still I have that question, what is being actually expected from them. So
But you know what, Archana, you're doing an amazing job. You've already secured an internship for yourself, and that's falling into the pathway of that gaining that experience. But you're quite right that it is a barrier. It makes it difficult, but you've kind of overcome it in a way. But see what the future holds. But I'll let you finish your message.
that's the thing I would say. So still it's been a gray area what has been exactly expected from an entry level or the graduate people. So I think that would be the only message I would pass on to the recruiters. So do consider graduate role as a graduate role, so they might not have any industry experience, but yeah, obviously they do have done their academic projects or they do have those skills. So it's only thing what they want is an entry to prove them they are capable of doing things and to explore. So that is the only thing I wanted to pass on to the recruiters.
Thank you for that. So that's really a great message. Golden words. Look at all the academics that you have covered as well, of course. And in terms of if you had a chance to sit down with the Australian government or decision makers for 5 minutes, what would you like to pass on as a message or feedback? Or if you want to suggest something to them?
To be honest, I don't have any idea right now to what I can pass on to the government, because the only thing is the migrants, I would say, most of the international students post visa duration. So some of them are finding, I'm basically from India, so our post duration was like after the visa, it's only for 2 years, And I think it was before, it was 3 years, but now it has been reduced to 2 years. And even there is an age restriction that people above 35 years will not be eligible for this 485 visa. So I think this is one something they can reconsider, so that the people who are trying to explore a different field of a career education, maybe after 35 years as well, so still they do get some opportunity to explore. So that would be one thing I can say about it.
So you're talking about visa conditions and opportunities to learn more. And so open channels for all of that too, whilst you're a data scientist. Oh my God. Cool. Makes sense. Thank you so much. It's been wonderful having this conversation with you and having you on my series. And thank you for reaching out, showing initiative. And it was amazing talking to you, someone coming from a data scientist background. So, absolutely. And thank you for making it work for me, for you, and for everyone else out there. So,
It was my pleasure. This is my first ever series, and I wish it could reach out to many international students and help them. That's the thing.
that's the aspiration. So, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Ciao.